Good evening, good evening, good evening. God bless you. Welcome to Ask the Pastor Bible Study Live, a ministry of the Church at the Well in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you for being here right now. I want to take just a few minutes here just to make an announcement. Breaking news. We have finally, at the very least, laid the foundation for our next conference, which is going to be in 2025 in the month of July. And I want to take time just to talk about that just for a moment, at least to give the details that are available right now. So let me go ahead and invite a few friends so that we can talk about it. The 2025 conference in the ministry of Ask the Pastor is now ready to be announced. And let me actually bring up a picture of it. Here we go. So this is the information. This is the information here concerning our 2025 conference. Hopefully that picture is quite clear. Help me to share, please. Please tag somebody. Please tag somebody that you know is interested in this ministry and what we are doing. Let me see if I can tag some of my friends here, and then we will talk about it shortly. We'll talk about it shortly here. The 2025 Eschatology of Genesis Conference. The 2025 Eschatology of Genesis Conference is what we are announcing at this hour. And I will only be able to give you some of the details because not all of the details are available. But as you can see, Ask the Pastor and BeyondCreationScience.com invite you to the Eschatology of Genesis Montana Conference 2025. It all starts here. We are going to be in Whitehall, Montana, July the 25th to July the 22nd rather to July the 25th, 2025 in Whitehall, Montana. We have 6 keynote speakers, as you can see listed there. Dr. Don K. Preston, Steve Magua, Rick Welch, Dr. Jeff Vaughn, Zach Davis, and Tim Martin. And of course, you do see there is information there on how you can begin to register today. Each ticket is going to be $100. There are only 275 seats available in that particular facility that we have rented out and that we are going to be using for the conference. And so we just want to, at the very least, to give the information because we understand that holding a conference in Montana is quite an undertaking, and we wanted to give an idea of what we are thinking about so that those who plan to come out to the conference will have a good, clear picture of what to expect and why the planning must be done so early. Because right now we are in the month of October, so we are talking many months ahead. But this is the thing. We are going to have what is called a destination type conference. Now, what is a destination type conference? It means that we want to not only go there and learn some profound things concerning what we are going to be teaching, but we also want to have more time dedicated to fellowship, more time dedicated to vacation, resting, and recreation. So this is how the conference is going to work. Every day for 4 days, we are going to have the conference only in the evenings, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., latest 9:30. Then during the days, from morning all the way up to 5 p.m., we are going to explore beautiful, wild Montana. We are going to go to Yellowstone. We are going to go to the different rivers and different sites in Montana, because Montana is a tourist place, and great things to see there. In fact, if you look at our flyer, we suggest that those who are able, they can bring their RVs, they can camp. We have a camping site available at the conference site. We have RV parking available there, and much more. We have Airbnbs all around there. And of course, there are local hotels for those people who prefer to stay in a hotel, as I'm sure some people will do. But this is a destination conference. So the learning is only going to be in the evenings for 4 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then during the days, we will have time for cookouts, we will have time for more fellowship, we will have time for outings, tourist stuff, vacation stuff. We want people to be able to plan this for whole families to come out and see beautiful wild Montana, mountain climbing, hot springs. Some of you are familiar with the fact that about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, my wife and I were invited to go to Montana in order to check out the possibilities. And Tim Martin and Amy Martin were able to host us there. And what we saw in Montana, we were like, wow, every human being should experience this. But how much more for those who belong to God, those who have entered into the rest of God, and those who know that God has given us this world as an inheritance. This earth is going to be around for a long time, at least in the foreseeable future. Why should we not enjoy God's creation as we discuss His word in the Bible? Now, the conference theme is going to be based on the book of Genesis. The topic, or rather the title of the conference, is the Eschatology of Genesis. The Eschatology of Genesis. And what we mean by that is that our keynote speakers will bring teachings on eschatology topics as they are presented in the book of Genesis. In other words, we will look at such things, and I'm just going to give examples, such things such as the promise given in Genesis chapter number 3 concerning the war between the woman and the serpent, and between the offspring of the woman and the offspring of the serpent. What is that all about? We will be taught about that. We will hear a teaching, particularly from Dr. Don Preston, in which he will teach us about the death of Adam. He will go deep into that and teach us on that, and many other wonderful topics that we hope to learn. What did God say about the end at the very beginning? In the book of Isaiah, chapter number 46, the Bible says that He declares the end at the beginning. And so we want to go to the beginning, and we want to see what is declared there about the end. So this is going to be an eschatology conference. That is the main focus. Yet that eschatology is going to be taught from the basis of Genesis. What does Genesis teach us about eschatology? What is the eschatology of Joseph? What is the eschatology of Abraham? What is the eschatology of the flood? What about the eschatology of the firmament? So many topics are going to come forth. Of course, we are going to have times of discussions, Q&As. We are going to really examine all these issues that are found in Genesis that will help us to understand the end, which of course, as full preterists, we believe that the end came in 70 AD. We believe that the first heaven and the first earth and the sea that is in Genesis 1 passed away in 70 AD. We will be able to link both of those things together. So that is the breaking news right now. Now, in the coming weeks and in the coming months, we are going to provide very detailed information on places where you can either get an Airbnb in that area of Montana, or how you can bring your RV if you are that type of a person, or some people have actually said they are going to come and just camp. We are going to provide information on how you can get a tent and those kind of things. Of course, we are going to be providing one meal a day in the evenings during the conference, because during the day everybody will be out exploring the beautiful Montana for 4 days. And of course, people are welcome to come before the conference and stay after the conference, because that's part of the plan, is to have a conference where people can actually go to relax and rest and recuperate from all the activities of life that you're doing in your lives throughout the year. So again, here is the flyer. This is the initial flyer. We will be making other flyers with bios and with the titles of the topics that are going to be taught. But I just wanted to show you this, that this particular conference is being presented by Ask the Pastor Ministry, which is my ministry, which is a ministry of the Church at the Well here in St. Louis, and Beyond Creation Science.com, which is the ministry which Tim Martin and Dr. Jeff Vaughn have been running for many years. And we are inviting you to this conference, whose title is the Eschatology of Genesis Montana Conference 2025, and the theme is It All Starts Here. The eschatology of the Bible starts in Genesis 1:1, and it is throughout the book of Genesis. Of course, we are going to be at a wonderful, beautiful venue. I'm going to suggest that you actually look this venue up. It's so beautiful. I went and visited. It is just humongous and wonderful and beautiful. It's called the Copper K Burn. So if you go to www.thecopperkburn.com, you will be able to see the venue and everything that it provides. There are only 275 seats that are allowed by the fire marshal, so we will not be able to have any more than that. Of course, it would be our hope that we can fill the barn, but even if there's 10 of us, we hope and believe that we are going to do an awesome conference, and we are going to have a lot of learning. Now, our speakers for this conference are Dr. Don K. Preston from Oklahoma, Steve Magua from St. Louis, Missouri, Rick Welch from Asheville, North Carolina. Please be praying for Rick Welch, his family, and their whole community. You all know, many of you know what is going on there with the Helene hurricane and everything. Fortunately, they are safe, but we are praying for them. Dr. Jeff Vaughn, he is the co-author together with Tim Martin of the book Beyond Creation Science, and Zach David, he is from Arkansas, a wonderful, mighty man of God. The tickets are $100 each in order to cater for everything that needs to be catered for there. And you can register starting now by contacting Anita Thorpes at 912-484-0878. So that's the information that I just wanted to share here with you. So this is not going to be one of those long-winded videos. I'm going to come back for that in a little while. But I am formally inviting you. I am humbly inviting you. I am excitedly inviting you to our 2025 Ask the Pastor Conference in conjunction with BeyondCreationScience.com and Covenant Gardens organization there in Montana, led by Tim and Amy Martin. And we are going to be there from July the 22nd through July the 25th, 2025. I know it's a long way out, but Montana is a tourist destination, and in the summer it can get very expensive for flights. It can get very expensive for accommodations. So we want to give people the early opportunity to plan out your vacation for next year and to book everything that you need to book for your accommodations and everything, or to plan how you're going to do that, so that we can come out and have a wonderful time in the Lord, glorify the name of God, edify one another, and minister to our families. I can tell you that I am planning to take my whole family. I am married. I have 8 children, so there's 10 of us in my household, and so Montana is going to be seeing very much of my family, God willing, if he gets us to be alive by that time. We are hoping that this will be a family event. We are hoping that we are going to have a festival, environment where people can come and we can go fishing and we can go do some cookouts and play games and do many things that are going to help us to really fellowship with one another, apart from just sitting in a conference room all day long. And there are times for that, and we do that, but we want to do something really different, something that will really help us to deepen our relationships with one another. We believe in the one another's. We believe in the love of Jesus Christ, especially in these new heavens and earth that the Lord has given us. Now, we will be coming out with a website and Eventbrite, ways that you can actually register, ways that you can get more information by next week. So this is just the initial info, but we will be giving more info as we go. Now, of course, you can always send me questions, suggestions. By the way, we are going to be forming a co-op page on Facebook, so that those of us, those that want to come to the conference, and let's say you want to join with somebody else in terms of accommodations or in terms of renting transportation, we are going to have a co-op so that we can really resource together and pool our resources together, so it's not too expensive as it were if one was to go just by themselves, because some people are coming single, and yet it may be that if you co-op with somebody else that you're comfortable with, you're going to be able to have a more reasonable outlay of what you need to do in order to participate in the 2025 conference in Montana. Once again, the conference is by Ask the Pastor and BeyondCreationTheScience.com, the Eschatology of Genesis Montana Conference 2025. It all starts here. Of course, we welcome RVs, we welcome camping, we welcome people to stay in Airbnbs or the local hotels. If you need a tent, we'll be able to provide many of those things at the Copper K Burn, www.copperkburn.com. And again, the keynote speakers, Don Preston, Steve Magua, Rick Welch, Dr. Jeff Vaughn, Zach Davis, and Tim Martin, amongst many others that will be in Montana next year. So I will leave you with that, and I will actually put my information at the very bottom of the screen, scrolling now, my phone number, my email, Patreon, Cash App. And by the way, we are going to be using many of these forms of registration, so that, let's say, for instance, you say, I prefer to use PayPal when I'm registering. You'll be able to tell Anita, can you give me the way to register through PayPal? Some of you will say, can I register through Patreon? Then we'll be able to do that. Cash App, Zelle. We will provide as many ways for people to be able to register. Some of you will want to register by check. We will provide that address so that you're able to do that. We believe this is going to be an awesome, extraordinary adventure like no other. And we believe it's also going to be a time of great learning, a time of great enlightenment, a time of advancing our understanding about the Word of God, and particularly the end times, eschatology. What does the Bible teach about eschatology in the book of Genesis? Many of you remember we just came out of our 2024 Ask the Pastor Revelation Conference. That was in August of 2024, and we focused on teaching the book of Revelation, the eschatology of Revelation. Now we are going to the beginning. We are going to Genesis. So until the next time, God bless you, God keep you, and please, if it is in your sites, please share this page, please tell somebody, please plan to come out or ask us questions which would help you to make that decision. And please plan early, because like I said, Montana, it can be quite a challenge to go to during the summer when it's the tourist season. God bless you very much. Have a very good evening.